Good stuff. Good stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome everybody out there to our Google Live Hangout. This is Team Unity's Phase 2 launch. Guys, this is Walter A. Smith IV out of Richmond, Virginia, originally from New York, residing in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm just so excited for what's taking place. We literally have people chiming in from all over the country, joining us on this Phase 2 launch. This is the last night of our Phase 2 launch, and I'm seeing right now people chiming in from all over the world. I have the distinct honor and privilege to introduce our guest host tonight, and I know he's going to be getting on with us in just a few minutes here. So if you haven't had a chance to call those last-minute people, to send out those last-minute text messages, you want to make sure you do that because you do not want to miss this Google Hangout tonight. You see, this is not something that we broadcast all over social media. People knew about it, but you had to be personally invited to this Google Hangout. We didn't have the login information. We didn't put the direct line into this Google Hangout. You had to be privately invited to Phase 2 launch here with Team Unity. Now, I'm letting you know incredible things are happening. I'm watching people pouring in from all over the country. So you're definitely at the right place at the right time with the right individual. So I want to congratulate you for that. And again, you have just a few more seconds to get some folks on the line. I know my business partner is out there. He's trying to get online with us right now. So, Mr. Scott, if you've gotten online with us, go ahead and just give me a quick shout out so I can know you're online with us. Then we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me tell you something I'm excited about tonight. My notebook's out, ready to take copious notes. You're going to hear from some incredible individuals tonight that are doing some phenomenal things across the country, not just for themselves, but for a whole lot of people. A lot of people. So we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Hopefully my business partner is out there, is able to get online with us. Looking for him to be online with us in just a few seconds. So again, I see people still pouring in tonight. This is crazy what's going on. I'm telling you, Phase 2 is happening. Our organization already created one six-figure income earner, and we're going to actually be creating 50 new six-figure income earners in the next 90 days. And you heard it right, within the next 90 days. That is the mission, that's the goal, is to put the focus on you. So if you're on this call, it means that you're on this call for a reason, guys. And I just appreciate you for taking that time out tonight to join us on this Google Hangout. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring out my business partner, my friend, gentleman definitely many times in my life has mentioned me in certain areas, and I just appreciate him for that. And I'm more than qualified to bring this gentleman out because the gentleman is actually wears so many different hats in my life. He's actually my best friend. This gentleman has done some just incredible things in life. And I met this gentleman about 14 years ago. And I'm not sure if you can really understand what I'm saying when I say this, but there's times in your life where you're just going to meet an individual that you just automatically have this click with. And I have a lot of associates, but I have very, very few friends. And I can say that truly and wholeheartedly. Very few friends. And this gentleman is one of my best friends. I watched this gentleman go through highs. I watched this gentleman go through lows. We've been in business for about 14 years together, and I've watched this gentleman literally create success for himself and other individuals over and over and over again. And if you're on the back line, just go ahead and mute your line out. We can hear all the noise that you're making right now. I appreciate it. I've watched this gentleman create significance in his life. Now, we've always said success is about self, but significance is about others. And what I love about this gentleman is that he has success because he creates significance in other people's lives. He has literally a passion for the people. This gentleman knows 110% of the information he's going to share with you. This gentleman loves having fun. This gentleman is making some serious income. And I'm just so happy to be partnering with him. I'm so happy to be back in the saddle, just taking this cause across the country and helping as many people as we can. So hopefully he was able to make it on the line with us. Mr. Jason L. Scott the first, are you there, sir?
It's Walter A. Smith IV. Can you hear me, sir?
Absolutely, positively, sir. Go ahead and take it away.
Good stuff. I do appreciate you, sir, for just doing what you do. You're such an incredible inspiration and leader to all the organizational people around the world. And we want to just have a very candid conversation with everybody tonight, guys, because listen. Everyone who's been telling you about getting on this phone call tonight wanted you to understand that we're on the last day of our actual project launch. Our actual project, guys, listen, we started in Phase 1 with our project about 10 months ago, right out close to 11 months ago. And when we started then, guys, we was able to literally create a six-figure income in our organization, in our group, because we said, we said 10 months ago, guys, that we were going to join a young lady named Stormy Wellington, who literally said that she was going to be able to create, 1,000 families, creating six figures in 2016. Now, I partnered with the young lady because I was watching her through social media. I was watching several people through social media. I knew her from a previous company years ago where we had a chance to speak on a similar platform or so. And guys, and from that time, I was in a place where my income was upside down. I was in a place where something had to happen. I was already an entrepreneur already, but as my income started going backwards, I had to take a look at my bank account. I had to take a look at my life and my situation. Now, I say that because I want you to relate that to your own story. Because a lot of times we look at our own stories and other people will tell us their stories and we'll still say, well, guys, listen, only you know if you've been looking, asking, wishing, wanting, hoping, or praying for something to happen. And when you have been asking and it's been showing up, you got to understand what you think about, you bring about. What you ask for, you shall receive. Well, guys, I actually was able to add a chance to meet. When I first launched this project about 10, 11 months ago, I was able to meet with this particular the couple and stuff, guys. And when I did, guys, they had a humble spirit. Something about them told me that they were people that even though they weren't directly connected to me financially, I can tell that I would, from the type of people that they were, from the wealth of knowledge that they had, the fact that they were already successful in the business, guys, I knew that there were people I wanted to have a chance to know. And actually, as we do this last day of this launch, this is a last day for you to position yourself. A last day for you to position. I said, who can I get on this line? You know what I'm saying? Because I started off with my personal sponsor, Stormy Wellington. Young lady made $2 million in the first year. When she launched this, her and Anna Cantera, a young lady she took under the wing as well in a third world country and was able to do, $1 million in her first year as well. And then I went from there to actually having another call where Stormy was on the call one more time, and she was able to make sure people understand, guys, you got to be a part of this next launch, because in this next launch, we're going to help create 50 brand new six-figure income earners, all right, in the next 6 months to 1 year. And that's our next phase 2 launch. So I said, who else can I bring?
We cannot see you, sir. Sorry to interrupt. We cannot see you, sir.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff. All right, great, good stuff. I'm at the road with what I have right now because my video was live. I appreciate that, young lady. All right, guys, and let me make sure, because I see my video was on. I do appreciate that. But anyway, guys, so after I was able to get myself, started, and I had this young lady, Candace Burke-Davis, do a call for us yesterday. I said, who can I get to actually do us the best job ever to help us close off this launch phase, guys? And that was for me to actually bring on a couple that was able to earn revenue in the time that they've been involved with this company here, guys, a little over years or so. Working alongside, my personal mentor and sponsor in this company, Ms. Stormy Wellington. And guys, listen, you got to get it in your mindset that you have a chance to position of our launch. Once we finish this launch, guys, we're going to still be working with individuals, but we already have identified the people the 50 people we want to personally work with. Now, the thing is this: you have to identify it yourself. Hundreds have logged on. Hundreds have already grabbed positions. You have to get yourself involved, guys, in order to evolve. So I want to introduce you right now to a young lady, who I had a chance to meet with, guys. I have the highest level of respect for her. Her name is Pam, and I'm gonna tell you her last name in a second. And she has such a humble spirit. She's gonna share with you, about these products and what they've been able to do and impact. And of course, she's gonna introduce you to her husband as well, who I have a high level of respect. So help me introduce, guys, this 7-figure couple. You know what I'm saying? The most humblest couple I've ever had a chance to meet in this company, or actually in any company. Ms. Pam McCray. Ms. Pam McCray, can you hear me, young lady?
Yes, Mr. Jason Scott, the first. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, lady. Take it away. Thank you so much.
Wow. Can you guys see me? Because I'm just seeing a blank screen. I just want to make sure we're good to go. Can you guys see me well?
Yes, I see you.
All right, awesome. Well, first and foremost, I just want to say, thank you so much for that phenomenal introduction. It is truly a pleasure for us to be on this platform with you and your phenomenal organization. You've been able to do some amazing things over here. So to be asked is truly an honor to be able to share on this platform tonight, as you all have made a decision that, you know what, it's next level time. You are launching over here at Total Life Changes, and I just am thankful for the opportunity to be able to share with all of the guests listening in tonight, to just really let you know that this thing is possible. So I'm not sure if you jumped on this hangout tonight because you heard that 2016 is the year of miracles, or maybe you got on this hangout tonight because you've been able to see some things taking place out there on social media. Maybe you heard some people talk about losing 5 pounds in 5 days. Whatever your reason is, I want you to know that this is a company in which your one single yes can begin to turn your entire life around. You see, my husband and I, we've been in this industry of network marketing for over 20 years. And yes, I just want to share with you, I don't know if you can imagine showing up to work every day and never earning a paycheck. Well, I want you to know that has been our story in this industry, but we always believe. You see, we were sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know if there's anyone watching tonight that can kind of relate to that, but we were always accustomed to making 6 figures. However, we found ourselves living paycheck to paycheck. My husband was an engineer by trade, and we just could not make those ends meet, and a lot of times we were below the paycheck. And so we knew that in order to have something different in life, we needed to do something different in life. And so we're thankful for this industry and what we have been able to grow through in order to become the people that we needed to become in order to now build a global business. But I don't know, if you're listening tonight, I want you to know that you're looking at someone who knows what it feels like to file bankruptcy, not just once, but twice, and to attempt to file it a 3rd time. You're also looking at someone tonight who knows what it feels like to really not know where the next meal was going to come from. And my husband and I trying to figure it out because we had a family of 6. You're also looking at someone tonight who knows what it feels like, ladies and gentlemen, to have to file, not file bankruptcy, but to have to go through repossession, and to not just go through repossession, but to have one vehicle left, ladies and gentlemen. And my husband and I had to make a decision. Do we eat or do we ride? Because corporate America would fail our family time and time again. With him being a contractor in the engineering field, there were many times in which we would look up and we were draining 401k. We didn't even know what that was at one point in time because it would just build and it would go away because we had to use it in order to survive. But I'll never forget the day, ladies and gentlemen, where we had to make that decision. And our decision was truly that we had to let the last vehicle go. And I'll never forget that day just simply because I had to watch my husband go down and sell the very last vehicle that we had. And we were so broke and so broken to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where I had to watch him walk home that day because we did not even have enough money for him to take a taxi cab home. It was at that time that a mental shift began to take place. And I knew that I had to truly change and I had to become the person that I was looking for because you know what? We knew that we had to do something different. And as a result of us selling that vehicle, can you imagine having to rent vehicles for over 2 years because you could not get a loan, because we did not have any money for a down payment? I don't know if you can imagine it, but that was our story. And so we were tired. And about 2 years ago, August will be 2 years, we decided, you know what, it's time to step out on faith, to do something different. We packed our bags, we left Atlanta, Georgia. We had a plan. We knew we needed to do something different, but we did not know exactly what God was going to allow us to go through. Well, I want you to know we had to go through some more challenges because by December of 2014, we looked up and corporate America failed our family again. Imagine your plan B quickly having to become your plan A just simply because of a job failing you time and time again. We looked up and right before the holidays, there was no paycheck, which meant there was no job and no income. So as a result of that, ladies and gentlemen, we ended up by January of 2015 homeless with a family of 5, truly in a position where we had no place to go because corporate America had failed our family. But I want you to know, we had said yes. I want all of you to practice saying yes on this hangout tonight, because one yes can turn your entire life around. And that's what ended up happening, because we said yes to this company back in November, and we began to build it. We ended up moving into the home of our phenomenal coach, Miss Stormy Wellington, who just so happens to be the #1 female network marketer in the entire world. Okay, she opened up her doors to us. Our family sleeping on air mattresses, us hiding them in the garage, our kids, because we did not want people coming into our house to know that we had no place to go. But I want you to know, things began to turn around because of one single yes. As a result of it, ladies and gentlemen, we were able to become $250,000 ring earners in less than 7 months' time, well over $500,000 in our very first year. And we have just been deemed as the first $1 million earners in this team in less than 18 months' time. And I'm saying that to all of you guests, not to impress you, but to impress upon you that what this team, what these phenomenal leaders have invited you to hear about tonight is something that can truly turn your entire situation around. So let me talk about this amazing company by the name of Total Life Changes, and I'm going to refer to it as TLC. You see, our CEO and founder, Mr. Jack Fallon, he actually started this company 16 years ago from his basement with one single product, and he had a mission. His mission was to provide us with high quality, all natural products that would offer us immediate results, sustain wellness, and that would give us a normal quality of life. See, what you have here, guests, tonight, what Jason L. Scott has been able to put you in front of tonight, what Walter A. Smith has been able to put you in front of tonight, and all of the team members who have invited you to this very private hangout, is a company that is not on trial. You see, we are already proven because we have stood the test of time. But what you guests have the opportunity tonight is to get in front of something that is about to change the entire world, because we've only been in the United States market a little over 2 years, and guess what? That means timing and positioning. That means formulation stages. That means you have the opportunity to position yourself with some very powerful, life-changing products and to be the ones to actually become wealthy, because we are the ones creating the wealth right now. But not only that, I want you to know and understand that this is a global business, because we're shipping in over 150 countries around the entire world, because we're doing something very unique. You see, we're not just tapping into one, but we are tapping into 8 of the fastest growing recession-proof industries in the entire world. So I get to talk about a few of our products tonight, because we have over 40 life-changing products. And the first product that I want to talk about is this amazing cup of tea. It's called the IASO tea, and I'm excited about that product because that is the very product that changed my life 19 months ago. 19 months ago. It's our flagship product called the IASO tea. As you can see, this little green pack of tea, it is actually helping us to tap into the weight loss industry. And so I ask all of you watching tonight, who do you know that wants to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? Because every time you sip on this simple cup of tea, guess what? You are going to lose some weight. But it's not a weight loss tea. It's actually a detox tea. It's packed with 9 herbs, no stimulants. You simply drink it twice a day, and guess what? The weight is going to go away. Well, I remember the day when Coach Stormy Wellington handed me this little pack of tea. I looked at her and I told her 2 things. I said, 1, we are not touching another network marketing opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we had failed for over 20 years. And we said, we just cannot do it again. But not only that, when she shared with me that this little pack of tea would help me to lose some weight, I didn't believe her. I threw it in my purse. How many of you have been given something, you toss it to the side, didn't think anything else about it, but guess what? One day, my phone rang. Miss Wellington said, give me back that pack of tea. She went on to let me know that she drank it, and within 24 hours, it did something phenomenal for her. She's someone that suffered from not being able to use the restroom on a regular basis since the age of 13, and guess what? She drank that tea, and she was in the restroom within 24 hours. Well, that may not sound used to you, but to her it was, because she was dependent upon Dulcolax, prescription drugs, just to use the restroom. There's actually an illness attached to that. I'm not going to make any medical claims on this hangout tonight, but I want you to know that this product absolutely worked. So at that time, I was feeling sorry. I didn't know all of that about Miss Wellington, and so I was about to give her this tea bag. But then she went on to let me know that her sister was down 21 pounds in 2 weeks, and another young lady that she knew drank this product, someone who looked like she was 6 months pregnant and was not, and had lost 17 pounds in 2 weeks, and her stomach began to flatten. So I want you to know, I was already in the gym. How many of you have tried workout regimens, weight loss regimens, and it just didn't quite go the way that you intended it to go? Well, that was me. I was in the gym and nothing was happening. But I began to drink this product, and I'm so excited because, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, on this hangout tonight, not only did this company change our life financially, but it truly turned my life around physically, because I was able to drop 20 pounds in 31 days from a simple cup of tea. So we have a lot of different products. The weight loss industry is one that we have on lock, but these are a few of our immediate gratification products that I'm going to share with you tonight. Now, this one I'm going to touch on real quickly. This is the resolution. For those of you out there that may want to drop about 1 to 3 pounds a day and you can maintain a 1,200 calorie diet plan, this is a product that is absolutely phenomenal, because you know what? It is going to curb your appetite, remove those unwanted food cravings, and guess what? You're going to lose the weight. The very same product that we have a gentleman in our organization by the name of Donaldo Harris, who is down 70 pounds in 4 months on our resolution. So weight loss is an industry that we're excited about, but how many of you watching tonight, you take some type of vitamin every day? Okay, some type of pill. I like to call it the horse pill. Some of us have these little medicine boxes with all these vitamins lined up. I remember the days in which I used to do that, and I used to hate to swallow those pills. Well, guess what? What if I told you that after going through all of those vitamins, only 10% is actually being absorbed into your body? But we have a lot of products that are helping us to tap into the health and wellness industry. You see, baby boomers are sick and tired of taking prescription drugs. And so we have a liquid vitamin called the NutriBurst. This is the very product, the very first product that Mr. Jack Fallon created. And we're excited about this because it's packed with 72 minerals, 19 amino acids. 1 tablespoon of this a day is going to give your body everything it needs. But not only that, it's like you going out and eating 10 salads. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not excited about eating 10 salads in a day. But 1 tablespoon is going to do exactly that. But on top of this, because it's a liquid, 98% is going to be absorbed directly into your cells, directly into your body. So I'm so passionate about this product because my entire family is on it. But I want to share with you a very quick testimony of what this product has been able to do for my 92-year-old dad. Let me tell you, he turned 92 back in April. And I want to paint this picture for all of you guests listening in tonight. Because 7 months ago, I want you to know and understand, before this product, no medical claims on this hangout. We don't make any medical claims, no income claims. All we do is share our testimonies and our results, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, 7 months ago, my dad was flat on his back. 7 months ago, my dad stopped responding to us. He was not communicating with us. 7 months ago, my dad's memory had gotten very, very bad. 7 months ago, he couldn't do anything for himself. He couldn't feed himself, nothing. But I want you to know, on top of that, 7 months ago, hospice gave me a call. And they said, Miss McCray, your dad's health is declining, and we need to offer you our services. Ladies and gentlemen, I ended up putting my dad on this NutriBurst. And everybody on this hangout tonight can say fast forward. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what ended up happening is 7 months later, my dad now is having full-blown conversations, okay? Not only that, his memory is absolutely phenomenal. On top of that, this is a man who went from not being able to feed himself to now not just feeding himself, but being able to sip on hot cups of coffee. And on top of that, I want you to know he's been unable to move himself out of a wheelchair My dad got up out of the wheelchair into his bed, closed up the wheelchair on his own, and is doing amazing. But on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that hospice gave me a call. And they said, Miss McCray, this does not happen often, but I want you to know that your dad no longer qualifies for our benefits. So that is the Nutriverse, and we're excited about it. But how many of you watching tonight, you need a little energy boost? Maybe you have a hard time getting your day going, making it through the day. Well, let me talk to you about another one of our immediate gratification products. See, these are products in which you'll be able to share, and guess what? People are going to get results. It makes a difference. So this is called our NRG. It's helping us to tap into the energy industry. And we're excited about this because not only is this going to turn on the energy, but guess what? It is going to turn off the fat. It's going to turn off the appetite because it burns about 300 to 600 calories a day. We have deemed this little bottle and these pills as the happy pill. So if you're that person watching tonight and you need a little energy boost, maybe you're not the happiest person, but it helps with a lot of different things, your mood, your attitude, and I guarantee you when you take this product, it will change your life. We have a phenomenal leader by the name of Miss Shanita Foster, who I tell you, this product truly changed her life because she was dependent upon Monster drinks. Maybe you're out there and you're watching and you're dependent upon some type of drink or 5-hour energy just to get through your day. Get rid of those because they are unhealthy and replace it with the NRG, Natural Raw Energy. Well, this product changed her life. She tried it from Miss Wellington. Within 20 minutes, she was looking for it. But not only did this product change her life, she's someone that has never done a business like this, okay? She used to say, I don't do those types of businesses. She got started, and she also became a multiple six-figure earner in less than 8 months' time. Results not typical, but if you're willing to work, ladies and gentlemen, you will yield results. So that is our NRG product, phenomenal. We also have a coffee line. I just want to touch on another immediate gratification for those of you that need coffee in the morning. You're that person that say, don't talk to me until I have my cup of coffee. This is actually our weight loss coffee called the Cafe Delgada, our slimming coffee. Sip on a cup of this, and guess what? You're going to lose some weight. I put this one to the test, and I was actually able to drop 6 pounds in 48 hours from doing what I already do anyway, which is have my morning cup of coffee. So as you can see, we have some products that are truly changing lives. Now, the next product line that I want to talk about is one that we're really excited about. Okay, and it's because there's no other company out there tapping into this industry. And that is that we are tapping into, yes, the sexual performance industry. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two all-natural products, the Strike Up for men and the Love for women, both which are going to enhance sexual performance in the bedroom. You see, this Strike Up is likened to that little blue pill. Not going to name it, but it kind of rhymes with Niagara. Okay, it is going to increase stamina in men for up to 24 hours. Some men are saying up to 72 hours. But not only that, it also helps to maintain a healthy prostate, which is very important. And then the Love. Let me tell you about the Love, ladies. This Love is going to do some phenomenal things. It is going to increase libido, moisture, just do a whole lot of things. You know how sometimes as mothers, wives, working jobs, we just don't want to be bothered. Well, guess what? This product is going to help. So these two products are truly putting the vibrancy back into the bedroom. We have deemed these two as the weekend fun pack, and it's not just for the person that can't, but it's for the person or the people that want to make it a little bit better. So the Strike Up and Love, absolutely phenomenal. These two products we're excited about, and the sexual performance industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry that we are able to tap into. We have a complete skincare line. I can go into the many different products that I have all over my office, but I'm just going to touch on the next product that is my absolute favorite. This one, as you can see, is called the Emu Oil. Google the many benefits of this one, okay? Because it's a part of our skincare line, but guess what? this product is not just tapping into the skincare line, but it is also tapping into the pain industry, which is a huge industry because there's a lot of people out there that suffer from some kind of pain. So this product is going to help to eliminate any kind of pain that you can think of. Neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, any kind of pain that you can think of. Even wallet pain. You can take some of this and rub it on your wallet, and guess what? It's going to eliminate that pain, okay? But not only that, no, just seriously, but this product is going to do a lot of things. But on top of that, this product is also growing back hair. So ladies, you know how we wear wigs, weaves, braids. We look up, we don't have an edge line. I'm actually growing mine back in from doing just that. And guess what? This product is growing back in hair. But on top of that, gentlemen, for the gentlemen that may be watching tonight, and you're saying, oh my goodness, I have that landing pad beginning to take place on the top of my head, not by choice. Rub a little bit of this on, and guess what? It is growing back in the landing pads. So this immune oil is phenomenal, and it's also going to help with any kind of skin issue that you can think of. Dry skin, not going to name any specifics for it, don't want to make any medical claims, but anything that you can think of, it is going to help with. And so we're excited about this immune oil. I want to share a very powerful testimony. We were actually in New Orleans, and there was a woman in the audience that when I began to talk about this product and how it would help with eliminating pain, her face began to light up. She went on to share with us that she had a vertebrae removed from her back, very serious surgery. Well, we ended up putting this immune oil on her back, and she was in a lot of pain. And she came out of the bathroom, and in a matter of minutes, she started bending over sideways, backwards, forwards, and she went on to say, oh my goodness, it worked. I looked at her because I'm standing in front of the room presenting the products, the opportunity, and I said, Rose, we want a real testimony because the seriousness of her surgery, you know, it happened so fast to where we were looking like, okay, you don't have to put on a performance. I promise you, we did not pay her before we came in. But what did it for us was Rose broke down in tears. So much to the point to where we had to stop the meeting, help her back to her seat. And she went on to let us know that for the first time in years, ladies and gentlemen, as a result of this product, she was completely pain-free. So the immune oil, absolutely phenomenal. I tell you, excited about our product line and how these products are truly bringing change around the entire world. For the ladies listening in tonight, the last line that I want to share is we also have a complete line of reshaping garments. See, we have everything over here. Different industry that we're a part of. So we have several different garments that are going to lift, shift, and give you. This is actually one of our flagship products that I'm going to share with you. And as you can see, it almost looks like lingerie a little bit. But what's so unique about our garments is that they are completely bone-free. There's no ribbing in the garment. So ladies, you know how you wear some type of garment, you look good, but you're in pain. You can't wait to get out of that garment. Sometimes you're in the car like, get it off of me. Well, this garment is not going to put you in any pain. There's no boning. Medical grade garments that will lift, shift, and gift you in all the right areas. So ladies and gentlemen, that's just a few of our products. So if you got on this hangout tonight because you wanted to hear about these phenomenal products, you're starting to hear the buzz about people sipping on a simple cup of tea and losing weight, about people truly getting their health back as a result of some phenomenal products, and you just wanted to order some products, get back with the person who invited you on this hangout, and you know what, say, I want my products now. But if you're like myself, you're like Mr. Jason L. Scott the first, Can you hear me now? So you can hear how story after story is being created over here at Total Life Changes, because the 1,000 family movement is absolutely real. So I don't know, do we have a testimony, Jason L. Scott the first, on the line tonight that we can actually bring on the line and allow everyone to hear a very powerful testimony from either you, Walter, or somebody that may be on the line also? Just share a personal testimony, and then I am going to bring on my phenomenal business partner so that we can actually bring forth this phenomenal compensation plan and how you can get yourself in position here within this movement with this phenomenal organization. So can somebody chime in with a testimony tonight?
Ms. Pam McCray, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Good stuff. Well, actually, I have several testimonies, but let me tell you about my personal testimony, because, you know, even though you know, you and your husband are doing this call for the organization, I want to make sure they understand that the reason why we're doing this phase 2 is because when I got started in this company, like I said, like 10 months ago, I was broke myself and everything was upside down. But not only did I get involved and started earning some significant income, but now, because I've been traveling to so many different countries and throughout the U.S., there's many people in the organization who's in these, what we call these third world countries, who are now earning an extra, I mean, talking about in a country where they normally have a monthly income of like $1,000 for the month. I have people like Dwayne Mark Anthony, who's hit a regional director pin level, or people like Anne-Marie Murrell, same thing out in Trinidad and Tobago, now earning an extra $1,000 to $2,000 to even $3,000 a week U.S. income. So over the last several months, and people positioning with us, we've been able to watch a lot of people win. But the most important thing about that, guys, is the fact that we have people like Pam McCray and Nate McCray who's willing to share their heart, and them sharing their heart 10 months ago also empowered me to get myself started. And Ms. Pam McCray, I'm happy to say that within less than 11 months of time myself, I've been able to earn right at $100,000 and earn income, because I want to be one of those families that's going to earn 6 figures in 2016. But right now we're looking for 50 brand new family members that we can help do the same thing, lady. So I appreciate you and all the testimonies that you've been able to do, and just you and your husband have been. I mean, you guys just make me feel like I can finally win in this industry, young lady. I'll turn the phone call back over to you. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Jason L. Scott the first, for sharing that powerful testimony. So many people, as you can see, are winning as a result of one single yes. One yes, ladies and gentlemen, can turn it all around. So I know at this time you're saying to yourself, okay, what do I need to do in order to lock in my position? How can I become one of the 50 families that will be the next story within this organization? You see, we are just that confident, ladies and gentlemen, because story after story is being created as a result of one single yes, as a result of a vision truly that took place a while ago, because one man said, you know what, I am going to bring forth some phenomenal products that are life-changing, some products that could truly stand alone if there was not a compensation plan attached. However, you've been invited to not just hear about some products, but some products that truly can bring about a financial change in your entire household. So at this time, what I want to do is bring forth my phenomenal business partner. And I'm so excited because, ladies and gentlemen, we are truly, as a result of one yes, able to live the life that we always dreamed of. For us to be able to get up and build a business together side by side is something that we always wanted to do. And because of one yes, Total Life Changes is now making every single dream come true. This is a gentleman who is no stranger to making 6 figures, an engineer by trade, investor, doing so many things in life, but still we found ourselves living paycheck to paycheck. Well, I'm so thankful that when corporate America failed us, you know, that 40-40-40 plan, and we're accustomed to working those 40 hours for 40 years to retire on 40% of our income, when it was so difficult for us to even try to survive on 100%, guess what? We were able to replace it with what we call the 50-50-50 compensation plan, and he's going to share with you now the #1 compensation plan in the entire world. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on this hangout tonight my phenomenal business partner, none other than Mr. Nathan McCray. Mr. McCray, are you out there tonight?
All right, I'm here, Ms. McCray. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you and see you. Wonderful thing.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. You did a phenomenal job, presenting those products. And we're me and Mrs. McCray, we're in the same house. So I can hear myself too. So she's going to mute her speaker as well. So I can't hear myself. Hi, there we go. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phase 2 launch. You've been able to hear, my phenomenal wife actually tell you guys about her absolutely taking this industry by storm. I know you heard, Walter and Jason talk about, the company, this phenomenal company that's over the world have completely redefined the industry of network marketing. So now that we're in, where we are now, guys, you're in position in this Phase 2 launch to actually take advantage of an opportunity that can do some phenomenal things for you, and your family. So, what I want to do at this time, I want to tell you guys a little bit about me. I know my wife mentioned to you guys that I was I was in the engineering field for quite some time, really corporate engineer for 16 plus years, really into what I was doing, guys, created a career. Like a lot of you out there, you're in corporate America, you're doing what you do, you've launched a career path, and you all have that plan A that's working fine for you. Some of you right now, you got a plan A that just may be a little bit shaky, and you may start thinking about a plan B. Well, I want you to know that if I would have had something like this Phase 2 launch that Mr. Jason Scott is doing right now, back when I thought I was at the top of my game, then I would have had, a plan B. But thank God you guys are here now, and you have the ability to not go through what I actually had to go through by having to humble myself and tell my wife that, what means to actually bring in income, for the family. But I thank God for a trooper like my wife, Miss Pam McCray. She was able to basically go out and explore and find a company called Total Life Changes. Guys, it's very, very humbling when you're accustomed to providing for your family, and then all of a sudden you're not able to. It makes you really think about some things, and it makes you really put some things in perspective. Because I knew for years that the 40-40-40 plan, it was a little shaky, but then it started to materialize more and more, and I realized that, this just isn't really working, for me. And I started to think about something else that I knew was out there, but I just didn't know, what it was. So, guys, plug it into that 40-40-40 plan. It helped me to realize that I need B. All right. So if you're like me, if you're on the line tonight and you don't have a plan B, then welcome to Phase 2. This is where you can put your plan B, make your plan B your plan A. So guys, you've heard about these phenomenal products that my wife talked about. You've heard about an amazing company. I like to call this a trifecta of success. You've heard about an amazing company. You've heard about some amazing leadership, some products, and you've also you're getting ready to a compensation plan that's been voted the #1 compensation plan in the entire industry of network marketing. So if you have that pen and paper hand, you're going to definitely need it. Go ahead and write down numbers 1 through 5. Okay, because I want to keep this as simple as I can, because this is kind of like where the rubber meets the road. You kind of start losing people sometimes when you start talking about the money, because a lot of people can't visualize that they can make some income that will take them from zero to hero, that will take them from giving them the ability to, from not having the ability to actually take your family on a family vacation, or not having the ability to tell your kids yes most of the time instead of no most of the time. Some people can't visualize that. okay? But if you would tonight, I want you to be able to visualize a vehicle that can give you everything you want and everything you need, so that now you can take those family vacations, so that now you're able to actually tell your kids, yeah, you know what, we can do that. Yes, you can have that. No problem, guys. Our relationship with our kids now is absolutely phenomenal, not because, our kids didn't love us before, but, because now, guys, we have the income, that kids understand to actually be able to do the things that they want to do, and definitely take care of things that they need to take care of. Guys, I'm going to tell you a quick story. One of the things that financial freedom did to me, then I'm going to jump right into this retail and the rest of the ways that we get paid here. One of the things that really stood out to me, just a quick story today, I bought my wife, I guess about 2-3 months ago, almost now. I was able to bless my wife with a drop top Maserati. One of the cars that she's always dreamed of, and I wanted to get the very best one for her. So I went out to the lot and work and told the guy, he says, let's check on some finance and yada yada yada. I'm like, God, none of that's going to happen. Let's just go ahead and get this thing done. So I was able to stroke the check and able to bring my wife down and surprise her with this drop top Maserati. Well, to whom much is given, much is required. So, I was able to stroke that check, and then the day I went down, this is what financial freedom is able to do to you. This is what I want you guys to really visualize, okay? Went down today, took her down, and we were, out there getting a simple alignment, because sports cars, guys, sometimes when you're driving them, you go fast in them and the alignment will get out of whack. So I felt just pulling a little bit. So I went out and actually, tried to get an alignment on it, and the guy called me back over and he says, I need to talk to you about some things. And I said, okay, what's going on? When the maintenance guy tells you he needs to talk to you about some things, it's concerning. Well, it used to be concerning to me, right? So he said, let me talk to you about a few things. And I said, all right, lay it on me. He said, well, you know what? Your alignment was off when you bought the car because of the way the factory set it. And, long story short, you need 4 new tires on your vehicle. And I'm like, wow, how do I need 4 brand new tires when we purchased the car? It only had 10,000 miles on it. So guys, I guess it's a little fluke in the way the car is produced or whatever. I don't know, but the alignment was off. So I had 4 tires that were worn on the inside. Now, on a sports car, ladies and gentlemen, there's no rotating the tires, because typically the front tires are a different size than the back tires. So long story short, the guy lays down the law to me and says, you know what, I'm not trying to take advantage. I'm like, just tell me what it is, okay? He says, we need 4 new tires. It's going to cost you somewhere around $2,300 for these 4 new tires. I said, oh, okay. I said, make it happen. Call me when it's done. He looked at me a little funny. And he said, you want me to do all 4 of them, or you just want me to do, the one that's the worst? I said, no, take care of all 4 of them. Guys, financial freedom will allow you to be able to make decisions like that and not be able to bat an eye. So, I think Total Life Changes, I think Mr. Jack Fowler, let's jump into, what's really driving this phase 2 launch from Mr. Jason L. Scott I, along with the products, because the products actually ignite, guys, our compensation plan. If the products were no good, then the compensation plan would absolutely be null and void, right? You can't sell dirt to someone, guys. There's no market for it in network marketing. All right, so now the products are great. So now the compensation plan comes into play. Voted the #1 comp plan. So on your paper, write down numbers 1 through 5. Okay? And when you write down 1 through 5, right next to #1, write the word retail. Some of you on the line tonight, you love to sell stuff. If you're like my wife and myself, we hate to sell anything. We run from it every single time. But over here at Total Life Changes, you get the best of both worlds. We don't have to sell anything because our products are in demand, and we simply supply that demand. With our retail commissions, ladies and gentlemen, you're able to basically take advantage of 2 different facets, okay? First facet is what we call hand-to-hand sales, or right now money, or we call it cash on demand as well. You're able to basically get these products from your state-of-the-art e-commerce website that you get for absolutely free. You're able to get these products in your possession, okay, from your own website, and you're able to do what we call hand-to-hand sales. We know we live in a microwave society. People want things right now. A lot of times they don't want to wait the 3 to 5 days to get the products in the mail. All right, so you have the products on hand to basically sell them and get that money in your pocket right away, that right now money. The second facet of what we do is actually the first profit sharing component to our compensation plan. Okay, we have what's known as a 50-50-50 compensation plan. That means out of 3 of the 5 ways, Mr. Jack Fallon's doing what we call profit sharing. He's giving up 50% of the profit back into our pockets. That's the pockets of the distributors. Okay, so now there are a generation of people that will go on the internet. I know, because I'm one of them. Okay, I'll go on the internet, and I love purchasing these things off the internet. Okay, so I'll go on and I'll buy whatever I want, you know, from Amazon or wherever the case may be, and I get that product right to my door. So every time somebody goes to your website, your e-commerce website, state-of-the-art, absolutely free, and purchase any one of our 48 plus products, ladies and gentlemen, you will get a 50% profit back into your pocket for each product that they actually purchase from your website. And that's a global website, because you're now running a global business. So envision having your products on the World Wide Web, and you basically have 48 on-demand products at your disposal to service the entire world. So guys, that's an amazing way that we actually get paid over here. The retail commissions are very strong. We have people on our team, and we know people on other teams, guys, that actually make anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a week or month by just simply retailing products. So that's an amazing way that we get paid. Now, the second way that we get paid, guys, and it's that second 50 in that profit sharing portfolio, guys, is our fast start bonus. Now, you have the ability, as I said, this is a global opportunity. So the world is your oyster. Imagine being able to have your products in the hands of people around the world. Now, not just that, imagine being able to share this opportunity, this amazing company, these amazing products with as many people as you see fit, as you would like to. Every time they see the vision just as you did, guess what they're going to do? They're going to do the same thing you did. They're going to start their business. And every time they start their business as an independent business owner, you're going to capture a 50% profit back into your pocket for whatever package they get started on. Plain and simple. All right, that's what we do here. We keep it simple to make it duplicatable. All right, so that's our fast start bonus. That's the second 50. Now, what I want to introduce you guys to next is the most powerful way that we can get paid here in the industry of network marketing, which is our binary commissions. Now, we're excited about the binary commissions because, see, this is where you get to practice those wealth building principles that you've always heard the top 3% really practicing in. Okay, so now you get to build a legacy of wealth for your family. How are you doing this? Because we call this beach money, sleep money. You make money while you sleep because other people are working while you sleep. Okay, let me tell you how this works. Very, very simple. All right, envision yourself. Start your business, at least 2 people about total life changes in these amazing products. Once you do that, those 2 people are going to say the same thing that you did. They're going to say, wow, you know what? I want some freedom. I want to start my business just as you did. And they're going to start their business right along with you. So now you have 2 people, the 2 people that you need that's running with you to unlock your hybrid binary commissions. You're saying, what's hybrid binary commissions? It's where the company pays you 10 to 25% every single week, ladies and gentlemen, from the efforts of those 2 teams on your left and your right. Okay, inevitably, every single week, ladies and gentlemen, and we get paid here weekly, every single week, one of these 2 teams are going to outrun each other. Okay, let's just say simply your left team does 10,000 in volume. Very simple number. Okay, your right team does 15,000 in volume. The company's simply going to take a snapshot of your back office, and they're going to say, wow, okay, their left team did 10,000 in volume. We're going to pay them 10% of that 10,000. That's a cool $1,000 for the week. Okay, that 10,000 is going to match this 10,000 over here, and we're going to roll that 5,000 over to the next week so you don't start back at 0. Okay, so now, simple way is that it's a week. I didn't say 1,000 a month. I said 1,000 for the week on a low scale, ladies and gentlemen, on just one way that we get paid. I didn't even talk about the retail money that you made. I didn't talk about your fast start bonus that you made, way that we get paid. But here's what I promise you. I promise you that if you sit down and tell me how much you need to make your ends meet every single week or every single month, I can show you how you can make those ends meet on just one of the ways that we get paid. Because traditionally, guess what? You only get paid one way on your job. So we're showing you 5 ways. All right, so that's amazing all in itself. So now let's look at it this way. Your hybrid binary commissions allows you to practice that wealth building principles, but Mr. Jack Fallon said, you know what, I have to put a cap on this thing because it's doable. He knew that it was doable when he was formulating this opportunity in his basement. So he said, let me cap this one way off, okay? That means you can't make any more than 20 a week on this one way that we get paid. Are you disappointed about that? Me and my wife weren't, because we calculated that on a 4-week time span. That's 80,000, gentlemen. There are people that don't make that in 2 years. So now we have a man that's giving us a cap of $20,000 a week on just one way that we get paid. So we have the ability to make $80,000 a month. So let me add the cherry to the top of that cake, all right? We have the 4th way that we get paid, which so happens to be the 3rd component in that profit sharing portfolio that Mr. Jack Fallon promised all of his distributors. The third 50 is that we're going to get a 50% check match every time somebody that you personally introduce to this business gets started and get a check on that binary. So that $1,000 check that I just mentioned, which is a low example, ladies and gentlemen, you're able to get a $500 bonus into your pocket simply because you introduced this opportunity to this individual. Now, here's the profound piece, okay? Here's the piece that really makes you smile. I didn't limit you to 2 people. I said that's all you had to have to unlock the binary. You can go out and share this with as many people as you would like and build your business. And guess what? Share it with 50 people. Share it with 100. Share it with 1,000. And every time, out of 1,000 people, every time one of those 1,000 people, or all 1,000 of them, get a check on that check match on the binary, you're going to get a 50% match. Now you guys are kind of getting an idea of how the money is being made over here at TLC. And you should be asking yourselves, how is Total Life Changes paying its distributors so handsomely? Guys, we don't make any income claims over here, but the incomes that are made are absolutely real and documented, okay? So now, if you're asking yourself that question, I'm going to answer it here in just a moment, all right? But before I do that, I'm going to tell you about the second cherry. Yeah, I have 2 cherries, okay? The second cherry is that you even get a 10 to 50% check match on your 2nd generation distributors. These are the people that your personal come in with, and they say, you know what, I'm going to get my 2, or I'm going to get my 50 or 100. So your 2nd generation, you're getting a 50%, 10 to 50% check match as well. 1, 2. So now you have the opportunity to make 100 up to 100% check match 2 generations deep into your organization on just one way that we get paid. I've given you retail, given you global website money. I've given you fast start money to help people start their business. And I just gave you binary money and check match money. Now, what's the 5th way we get paid? The 5th way is the lifestyle bonus. Once you hit the rank of national director, like my wife and I, Mr. Jason L. Scott I, once you hit that rank of national director, Total Life Changes is going to give you a $1,500 monthly bonus every single month. This is the only way that we get paid monthly, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The other 4 ways are weekly or right now money in your pocket. So that's the 5 ways that we get paid with that lifestyle bonus. Do whatever you want to do with it. You don't have to buy a specific car or anything detailed. It's yours to do with as you see fit. So I've given you 5 ways that we get paid, ladies and gentlemen. We've given you some amazing products that are actually, that ignite this compensation plan. That is the #1 compensation plan. a company that has more accolades than any other company in the industry. So we've given you the trifecta for success, the momentum-based company that's taking this industry by storm. So what else is there? The last thing is for me to answer your question. How can this company pay its distributors so handsomely? And why? Why? It's because Mr. Jack Fallon knows that if he pays his distributors what they know they're worth and not what he feels they're worth, then they're more apt and inclined to go and build their legacy of wealth. And that's exactly what's happening here at Total Life Changes. Why? And how does Total Life Changes pay its distributors so much money and so handsomely? Because it's a debt-free company. The company's not greedy. His vision is to basically see us to be able to make our own money, to be able to support ourselves, secure our own financial freedom. And that's exactly what's being done over and over and over again here at Total Life Changes. So now the last order of business is, how do you get started? How do you basically lock in your position? Because volume on that binary, it rolls up, ladies and gentlemen. It does not fall down. Okay, there's no magic pixie dust that you, if you don't get started today, that you're rewarded for getting started next week. This opportunity rewards positioning. All right, so with me saying that, that means if you start your business tonight, that means you should be on your phone right now, telling the person that invited you to this call, I'm ready to get started. Get me started now. Put me in before the other applications that are coming in, because I want to benefit from the volume that they create as opposed to them benefiting from the volume that I create. Okay? It's simple math. It's simple positioning. Ladies and gentlemen, lock your spot now. How do you lock your spot? While you're doing that text message to the person that you onto this call, this very private call, because they know that you're going to be one of their generals, then go ahead and start securing that position. Okay, you can get your business started tonight for as little as $100, guys. That package comes with so about 10 packs of tea, and you're able to basically use that tea to sample a little bit, sip on a little bit, and to sell a little bit. All right, and you've got some packages that are in between that package, the range of packages from $300 to $500, guys, that and the only variation on these packages is product.